Subscribe to Film Companion for your film fix. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.
Rani, so Mardani 2 is about very brutal rape, which is now seems to be our daily life. Every time we wake up in the morning, we're just hoping there isn't some more news. When a film subject is so close to people's lived reality,
Right.
what do you have to be mindful of while you're making it? What are the sensitivities?
So I think the greatest strength of Mardani lies in the fact that it has a very empowering message for the girls. It's a message that makes them want to believe that they are powerful. It is a message that makes them remember how strong they are and how do they need to tap into that inner strength that lies in all of us. It's just a matter of time that you recognize it earlier or you recognize it later. But there is a quality that I believe that as women we all have and we all possess. And I think Mardani kind of a film or a kind of a script, it only reasserts that belief that we women already know. We just need to see a film like that to actually get out those emotions out of us.
You said it's an expression of rage. What did you mean?
Expression of rage is when I read about these articles, when I read about the reality that's happening. What do you do as a citizen of this country? You're not in the lawmaking jury. You're not there where you can make a change. But as an artist, what can I do? If I have to express my rage, if I have to express my anger towards a particular crime or towards a particular thing that's happening in our country, as an actor, I can only channelize my anger or my rage through a character where I can make people see what I'm actually feeling, or what I'm actually saying, or what do I actually believe in. So I think through my characters, and especially Shivani Shivaji Roy, I think she stands as the true embodiment of women empowerment. She stands true for everything that we all want ourselves to be.
I kept wondering, Mardani was such a success.
Yeah.
Why did it take 5 years to do a sequel?
Because I guess they didn't want to make a sequel for the sake of making a sequel, because that's, I guess, the order of the day. But I think the process of Mardani 2 happened in a period of time where the kind of love, respect that we got from the first film, I think there was a big wanting from the fans that they wanted to see Shivani Shivaji Roy in action again. And they thought, actually in their heads, they put it out in the universe that this film is worthy of a sequel.
So you hadn't planned on a sequel?
No. And I think Adi and Gopi, who's the writer, they always believe that if we ever do have to do a film on like a sequel of Mardani, it has to be a relevant subject, it has to be a relative topic, it has to be something that we all strongly believe in, it has to be again a very powerful messaging. Only then can we do a sequel, otherwise there's no point, because in the first film we tackle the topic of trafficking, child trafficking for that matter, which is a very big menace, not only in our society but in societies all around the world. And everybody's suffering, and nobody knows what solution we can come up with. The only thing that we can do is at least raise awareness, make women understand that trafficking is not something that happens far away from you. It's happening outside schools, colleges, your neighborhood. You might meet somebody on social media and that person could be the perpetrator of the crime. So with films, with these kind of mediums, all we can do is just make people aware so that they are not faced with a similar situation that probably girls who were not exposed to the awareness probably fell into the trap.
Tell me, are you in these films a co-creator in the sense of sort of saying that this is what Shivani would do or this is what she wouldn't do?
I think after the script is ready, definitely I have a lot of input from my character point of view, because I'm living her, I'm breathing her, and with my research, when I meet the real police officers or real female officers, what I learn from them or what I imbibe from them, what I observe out of their behavior or the way they talk, the way they handle a crime scene, how they are on the field. I think these are all inspirations that I take for my character, and that's how Shivani is fleshed out. She's not somebody from my imagination, she's somebody who I've seen. and she's somebody who I've created after meeting so many officers.
Tell me, though, Rani, in I feel like in the last 18 months or so, our sort of idea of what the female cop on screen has been altered a little bit with Delhi Crime and with Sony, both of which are on Netflix. You know, you see these women in sort of also the
True portrayal of
it's a real portrayal. The textures are very real. You see the grinding nature of the job. You know, your character is still more obviously heroic. Is that because at some level it is a Hindi film and you have to do that?
Not at all. I think the real cops are very heroic.
No, I mean in a sort of more obvious way than it is in here. Is that because it's just the nature of the medium?
I don't think so. I think Mardani as a franchise has always stuck to something being very close to reality. When Mardani 1 came out, it was the first cop film that actually showed how crime branch officers actually operate on a mainstream medium. So I don't think that Mardani stands for anything which is out of the box in terms of something which is not believable. It is very believable, it's very real, and it's actually taken from how real cops actually behave and how they actually work in their workspace.
And that's important to you to keep those textures.
I think as Mardani, I don't think it will be believable if it is Shivani kicking and 10 people flying out. I don't think you'll ever see that in a Mardani franchise.
So I was just going to say that you might want to consider Rohit Shetty Cop Universe, since he's creating with Singham and Simba and Suryavanshi.
No, I absolutely love that Cop Universe.
But wouldn't it be fun if Shivani came into that?
Of course.
I was just like, wow, how cool would that be? You're like kicking butt with the big boys.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I think, you know, the observations that I've had with meeting real cops, they are no less than the actual cops.
You're playing this character all day, dealing with things which are very, very horrifying.
Yes.
How do you then let that go and go home to your baby, to a normal life? How do you as an actor
that is
disconnect?
what we are doing every day. If you see that we are reading
But
things
this
in
is
the
so
paper.
brutal, no?
Of course it is.
And you're living it,
Yeah,
right?
but we're also living the horrors of what's happening to the other women who we are hearing about.
Yeah.
As a woman, I think when you hear of something like that, you actually feel that you've gone through that horror and you feel for that person. So you're actually living that in your everyday life. So I feel, I think it's very important that today, discussions apart, the time has come where women have to learn self-defense. Women have to know certain things which can get them out of a sticky situation, like some way or the other, like what do they carry in their bags when they're out? Is there anything that they're carrying? Can you go on the YouTube channel or actually learn some sort of self-defense? Because right from Mardani 1, I've been saying this. Since the time I learned Krav Maga, which is an Israeli self-defense martial arts format, which is basically taught to the women in that country to help them cope with the everyday life, to protect themselves.
Yeah.
So I think that is the need of the hour for our country as well.
And you think that's like one of the solutions to this, if any?
Of course, because debating, conversations, trying to change mindsets, that's one way of looking at it.
Yeah.
That is something that needs to happen along the way. But till such time, you still have to go to work in the night.
Right.
Are you going to hear about a horror incident in a particular city and stop doing your job? The reality is that life moves on. You have to move ahead. You have to do your
They don't
thing.
have the luxury of not doing the job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what does that girl do when she has to move and go out over there? Is she going to talk to the perpetrator and say, listen, you need to change your mindset?
Right.
Or this is high time you need to change the way you are. Are you going to have a conversation, or are you going to protect yourself and run away from that situation, or put that perpetrator and give him a lesson right there and then?
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me, Rani, as an artist, are you at peace doing one film, finishing, then thinking about, or do you want to be working more?
No, I would love to work more, but I don't think I want to work more at the cost of doing something which I don't believe in or I'm not enjoying.
Yeah.
So for me, it's important that yes, work should be part of my life because that's my reality. That is my that is the reason why I exist. That is the reason why people around the world know me through my work. So yes, I want to continue working, but at the same time, I need to balance it with the amount of time I want to give my daughter, because these are the most important years of her life where she needs a mother. Few years later, she might not want me with the way times are going. I think they're so...
No. Let me assure you, there's no retirement for moms.
Great. I am very happy to know that. That gives me a lot of peace and satisfaction to know that my daughter will want my company going forward in life.
I'm
so that's
sure
great.
she will.
Yeah, absolutely. But as of now, I think I enjoy, not because I want to do it as a duty, but that's something that I enjoy. I enjoy being with her. I enjoy her company. I enjoy her seeing the process of her growing up. I think for me, that brings me immense joy to see my daughter grow. There cannot be a more fulfilling feeling for a mother to see their child grow.
Yeah.
And I think if I can create a balance, and thankfully I have a very supportive husband, if I am able to maintain that balance, I think I'll consider myself fortunate. Yes, and try and give my fans more and more films that I can.
But Nani, are you open to projects from outside, or does
Of
it have to
course,
be in Yash?
Not at all, not at all. I think this is a myth that has been created because they feel that I'm married in the company and I'm married to Adi. They feel that that's where my comfort lies. Of course, my comfort lies here. I am a professional. Just because I'm married to someone does not take away my achievements
Absolutely.
that I have had in my life.
Yeah.
I might have fallen in love with the producer, but that doesn't take away the fact that he also married an actress. So it's a give and take. So if he comes up with a film that I don't like,
You just say no?
I just say no.
Really?
Exactly. And he is more than skeptical of coming with a project to me, because he does.
You're a tough customer?
Yes. So he does feel like, oh my God, fine. He tells the directors, be ready to hear a no. So I guess those stories don't come out.
Right.
So people don't realize that it's not as if
No one's
I'm
taking
ready
you
to,
for granted.
Yeah, nobody's taking me for granted in this company. In fact, they don't.
Yeah.
In fact, they're always on tenterhooks, because it's a double-edged sword. In fact, if I do work outside, probably even if I do one film, it might just break the myth.
Right.
But I don't want to do a film outside the company just to prove a point.
Sure.
That's something that I've never
has
done in
to
my life.
inspire you.
Yeah, and I'm never going to do it in the future just to prove my detractors wrong.
Right.
For me, I believe that I react with my heart. I'm very instinctive and spontaneous as a person, and I will do what makes me happy. If tomorrow I get an offer where I'm really inspired with a role and I want to be part of it, of course I'll do it. And that could be an offer from anywhere.
Yeah.
Not denying the fact that of course I have a comfort level in my own production house. I know these people even before I was married to Adi.
Sure.
I've known them for years when I was working in this company only as an artist.
Yeah.
So I feel that gone are the days where they take away the achievements of a married woman just because she's married to a known person or a powerful person. They should not forget that when they say that, they're actually demeaning their own thoughts and their own, I would say, their own beliefs.
Tell me, what do you look forward to now in terms of acting? What do you really want to do?
I want to do a lot, because thanks to the OTT platforms today and the Netflix and the Prime and
Hotstar, there's so many,
Hotstar
there's just dozens
yeah,
of
and
them.
also Apple TV, At a click of a button, you're like getting to watch content from around the world.
Would you be open to a series?
Not now, a little later when I'm able to give more time. Right now I'm happier doing 30-40 days work and finishing a movie. That suits me because I can manage my time really well. But when you see content from all around the world, you see performances from all around the world, you feel inspired.
Yeah.
I feel inspired. I feel I have lots more to do, lots more to achieve. It's just the beginning for me.
That's so wonderful. Thank you, and do more.
Thanks.
Always, I tell you, do more.
Thank you.
Thank you, and good luck.
Thanks. Hi, this is me, Rani Mukherjee. If you've liked this video, please subscribe to Film Companion, only with Anupama Chopra.